This next part where you have y is equals to a sine bx, okay? Always take note that a will be equals to your amplitude. Now, but the amplitude is always positive, okay? It doesn't matter if there's a negative in front. A is equals to your amplitude. And how to get b? 360 divided by b will be equals to your period, okay? 360 divided by b will be equals to your period. So another 3 for 360, that will be 2 pi, which means that it's the same as 2 pi over b, okay? Equals to your period. Okay, so for this, y equals to sine 2x. What is your a? There's no number in front of here, which means there's a 1. A is equals to 1. B is equals to, okay, 2. Alright, based on this, a equals to 1, b equals to 2, we can first, you must always first find out the 4 things when it is a sine graph and a cosine graph. Number 1, the amplitude equals to 1. Why is amplitude important? So that you roughly know the height of the graph that you are drawing. Okay. Next, the maximum. Okay, maximum, it is still 1 because maximum of any sine graph is 1. The minimum is -1. Okay, and the period is equals to 360 divided by 2, which is equals to 180. That means you must complete one cycle within 180 degrees. Okay, you must complete one cycle within 180 degrees. Now, if you have to complete one cycle in 180 degrees, that means that in 360 degree, you must complete 2 cycle. Okay, so 180 degrees, 360 degrees, 90 degree, and 270 degree. Okay, first draw everything proportionately. That means if the amount of space you give for 1 and -1 must be roughly about the same. Okay, it's better to use a ruler. Then you got to complete the first cycle in 180 degree. Okay, then complete another cycle in the next 180 degree. Okay, so this will be y equals to sine 2x. So always identify your a and b's, okay, and then always find out your period. Next, y equals to sine x over 2. Sine x over 2 is the same as sine half x, okay, which means in this case always write down a is equals to 1 again, b is equals to half. Okay, amplitude is equals to 1, the number that is in front of the sign, that is equals to 1. Maximum is equals to 1, minimum is equals to -1, period is equals to 2 pi divided by half. Okay, 2 pi divided by half is the same as 2 pi divided by 1 over 2, which is the same as 2 pi times 2 equals to 4 pi. Oh, that means that my one cycle, right, will take 4 pi to complete. But the question only asked me to draw up to 2 pi. Means that in 2 pi, how many cycles am I supposed to draw? Half a cycle, lor. Okay, so now I draw this guy, your axis. Remember, everything must be proportionate. The amount of space that you give must always be about the same. Okay, 3 pi over 2. That means in 2 pi, you're only drawing how many of a cycle? Half a cycle. That this one goes to pi and then come down already. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is that, you see, we can't draw a perfect shape unless you have a graphing calculator. But some of the basic thing must be there. You see the amount of space that I gave from 0 to pi over 2 to pi, this one is all the same. 1, it is proportionate. The important thing that I'm looking for is proportionate. So this is the graph for y equals to sine half x. Okay? So next, what if I put a number in front of the sign? That would mean my a is equals to 2. B is equals to 3. Always identify your a and b. Okay? Because if you don't identify your A and B and you get careless in the exam and then you come crying to me, hey, Mr. Ivan, I could have gotten this, I could have gotten that, if not for my careless. And why do you careless? Is because you never identify your A and B such that your graph is not proportionate. Okay, so first, the amplitude will be equal to 2 because amplitude is equal to A. That means from the middle point to the highest point, there must be a difference of 2 units. Look how I get the maximum. Maximum is equal to 2 times of 1 because the maximum of sine curve is equal to 1. So that's why it's 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. Minimum is equal to 2 times of negative 1, which is equal to negative 2. Okay. Period is equals to 360 divided by 3, which is equal to 120. In this case, it means that in 120, I must complete 1 cycle already. It also means that in 360, then I need to complete 3 cycles. Okay. Now, in this case, you do not label as 90, 180, all this. When it is a multiples of 3, right? Yeah. We always do 60, 120, 180, okay, 240. Okay, extend this longer, 300, and followed by 360 degree. Okay. Another thing is the maximum point is 2. The minimum point is negative 2. Okay. How long do I need to complete 1 cycle? 120. Which means that from 0 to 60, I must complete half a cycle. Okay. And then to 120. Here to here, go down. Here to here, turn up. Okay, try and be, so you see, here, this is not very good already, so clean it away. Go down, make sure you turn at roughly the same place. This is also not very good. Clean it away. Go down and turn up, yeah. Up, down, down, up. Okay, so this is y equals to 2 sine 3x. Okay. So when you have to complete in 3 cycles or when the period is 120, make sure you split your graph correctly and do not just follow the 90, 180, 270 way. Okay. So next we are going to do the cosine graph with transformation.